happy towards the end of her round yesterday. Double bogey on the 13th, parred her way home, but she's come to play on Championship Sunday, and her huge fan club, the Shooting Stars, will certainly be hoping to see her lift a trophy for the second time this year on home soil. It'll be her fourth win of the season, so along with a pair of them in the early part of the year on the LPGA Tour. For the second straight day, she has the company of Issei, another player looking for a breakthrough triumph. Birdied her opening hole, but a string of pars since for Seihi. If you're wondering what that racket is, as Bruno Mars and Rosé's amateur plays in the background, well, we've had a bit of a controversial thing. Some people love it, some people hate it. The Pleasure Stadium at the back of the 18th hole, banging tunes all day long, giving this championship a bit more of a party vibe. Hwang Yo-min had a very poor round of 74 yesterday, but she has certainly set the course alight today. 3 birdies and a hole-out eagle at the 5th have moved her up inside the top 10 at 10 under par. Music on the golf course, that's certainly a long debate which we can have another time, but just what the players have to deal with this week. Moon Jung-min, 36-hole leader, is really unable to kick on after some fantastic golf, but as she did yesterday, a sparkling shot into the 10th, so a good chance there to pick up a birdie. G3 is leaking oil towards the end of Saturday. Here she is at the 11th. Keep that pressure on. Due from just outside of 18 feet on 10 to tie the lead. The line just didn't have the legs. I haven't seen too much of Bang Shin-sil this week. Here she is on the closing hole. Match play champion. 6-time winner on tour, and she will have that to end the Lotte Open in red figures. See, big win for her, just outside the top 60 on the money list. To give her a huge amount of confidence, take a little pressure off as we go into the second half of the season. Everyone win on her resume. Coming back in 2024 for German at the Daibo House D Open. An exemption going to run out at the end of this season, so still plenty to play for. A chance to get inside a share of 8th with this birdie putt. And well done, Moon Jung-min. To 11, and coming off the downslope from the greenside rough is Choi Ye-rim. Lost a playoff last week. Kim Min-sol still chasing that first title. Heartbreak for Choi Ye-rim. Second time in 3 years she's lost in playoff at Birch Hill. Dusted back in 2024 against Park Hyun Kyung. Extra time. fell to Kim Min Sol last week. She's still knocking on the door. And then has had a lovely rookie season on the LPGA Tour. Won as a non-member in Hawaii at the end of 2025, the Lotte Championship at Hawaii Live. Took up full membership on the Premier Ladies Tour in the world and has really enjoyed her time stateside, making a happy return home, turning up for the first time on home soil this season on the KLPGA Tour, where she is a three-time champion. The opportunity coming up here at 16. Off to the Evian Championship in France next week. First time she'll be teeing it up in a major. There'll be an appearance at the ENG Women's British Open a couple of weeks after that. So final group of the day set to get their back nines off and running to lead us off. A lady who has tasted victory on 2 occasions at this property. Both those wins coming in playoffs against Minji Lee at the Hana Financial Group Championship, also staged at Bears Best. This is Lee Daeon, formidable competitor. Bogey-free 68 yesterday for Daeon. Just the 1 birdie so far on Championship Sunday. She's 13 under par and 2 shots back. Stuck there, leaning like that, could be drifting right into the right-hand rough. So any chance of reaching this green into, probably gone with a leaked tee shot. This is a relatively generous start to the back nine. This 5/10, optically pretty wide. Do have to dodge a couple of bunkers on the right-hand side of this hole. Huge angles ahead for the 21-year-old. Pro coming up 2.5, almost 3 years now. Just the 1 top 10 this year, coming at the start of June at the Celtrion Queens Masters. She got a huge opportunity in front of her. Yu Hyun Jo has just been the ascendancy. Rookie of the Year in 2024, Player of the Year back in 2025, won the Grand Points list, 3-time winner. See there, birdied this hole every single day so far this week. Cap off her week at 1 under par. Shin Sil on the final hole. Okay. So a close out for Bang Shin Sil. Poor end to her championship, closing with a 75, but she's already on the winner circle this year. Back to 11. And a birdie opportunity here. Left edge of the green for Ji Hyun.
받아주니까 조금 더 가도 상관없어.
오케이. 우리 준비할게.
We saw a couple of players.
바람 훅 있으니까 나무 왼쪽
Green
볼까?
2 earlier in the week. The temperature's a little cooler today. It's overcast up above. Fingers crossed the rain does stay away. We get this final round completed without any delay, but that does take reaching this green in 2 out of the equation for most of the field, to be honest. It's going to be a layup. Avoid that single irritating tree in the middle of the fairway if you're part year G. Looks like she's done that very nicely. There's an awfully long way back here. We've seen players come in with little flick lob wedges, but it's a 6-iron for me in this final round. Dion has really sat down in that rough. Hybrid should cut through it quite easily. Modern club designers made this particular shot so much easier. Just the sole of that club designed to get through that rough, that longer grass without too much resistance. Imagine trying to hit a 3-iron, a 2-iron even out of that kind of rough 20, 30 years ago. It has changed the game. Again, Joe, she got on this green in 2. Friday actually had a really good look at Eagle. It's going to be a big ask today from 245. She's going to give it an almighty try. Just into that green side bunker. Where the hole is today, that's not all too bad. She'll be lacking on a downslope, but that is going to help. Kick the ball on towards the hole, so it's a good lead for Yoo Hyun Jo. Ahead to Kim Hyo-joo, just in the rough at 11. Line cost her dearly on 13 yesterday. Can she read the lie right this time? Sensibly played. Good shot. Smart out to the fat side of the green. Said this par 3 12 was going to have a big impact at some point on Championship Sunday. What is it? What in store for Seo Kyo-rim? 2 wins in her last 4 starts on the KLPGA Tour. How her life has changed in the last month. Oh, that's very nice. Aggressive play. A little disappointed, to be honest. Expecting that whole location up on the far right-hand side of the green really bring the water into play, but let's be honest with that. Front left pin, take a really rank shot to find the penalty area. Ji Hyun. Does feel like plenty of club. Made birdie on this hole 24 hours ago. And didn't get all of it, you feel. Good news for the players. You can see that flag. Pretty limp, so you don't have to worry too much about catching a bad gust if you're Choi Yerin. To the 10th, and your championship leader, Yeji, afford to fly it pin high here, pretty level around the flagstick. Just that fine control of her nerves and her ball striking so far. Just with this angle and the fact that she is in that rough, she's just going to have to get a little bit more air under this one. Set it up higher, have it come down softly. Not going to get as much spin when you're coming from the rough as opposed to the fairway. Did very well there. Got to land nice and soft, maybe too soft in fact. But she'll take it. So he hit on 11 for birdie, down the hill ever so slightly. Get up to the penultimate hole with Hwang Yo-min, who's putting together the round of the day thus far. 5 under. Park In-min Sun on the front nine is 6 under with 1 to play. Some good scores out there, although just a little wide there at the par 3. Comfortable for Lee Hyun-jo. Oh, her feet lies okay. Lip's not going to be an issue. The issue when you have the ball below your feet slightly in a greenside bunker like that is you're always worried about the hustle of the club dipping in, entering a little early. Just got to keep the acceleration, pick a point, an inch or two before the ball, and sort of thump your bounce of the club into that. Make sure to release those hands, ride out the cushion of sand. That was pretty good indeed for Yu Hyun-jo. Nice touch. On 11, Kim Hyo-jo once again with a chance to tie the lead. Have to do it from just inside of 30 feet. Just carrying too much pace to take the break. Good try though for Hyo-jo. Scorecard, but let's do the tricky section of the back nine as we return to the 10th hole. Final group of the day. We have many opportunities. To go. Said it for years now, she's got a big time golf game. Plays pretty short schedule compared to her peers in the KLPGA Tour, but when she gets a sniff of a victory, particularly a big one, more often than not she tends to close the deal. Working a little from right to left early, and then try and move that fraction back to the right at the hole. Stayed pretty straight on her. Just the par for Dion. We saw it yesterday. So much can change. With the back nine here at Bears Best, 6 different players held the solo lead or a share of the lead over the last 2.5 hours of play. So expect a little more shuffling atop that leaderboard. Up to 17 and Hwang Yo-min for an unlikely birdie at this long par 3. Times this week. It's not quite as fast as players think from that side of the green. Ji-hyun on the 12. Not too difficult of a chip shot here. Just carry it past the fringe. Let the slope do the rest of the work. Something like that. Oh, for the second day in a row, Lee Ji-hyun is going to birdie the 12th. Going to creep up to 11 under par, within 4 shots for the moment of Park Ye-ji, who has this birdie opportunity. Just give herself a little breathing room. That close to doubling the advantage. She'll stay one clear at 15. Case of trying to stay in the present. Tick off holes, 1 foot in front of the other. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. Continue to give yourself chances. Because if you look in your rear view mirror, you could see the world number 3 and the reigning player of the year within 1 shot. This is the latter. This would be a big birdie just to heap the pressure on Park Ye-ji and take her within 1 shot of the lead. Out of Park just slipped by on the left edge. So she has an idea of what this should do around the cup. Now it's just a case of committing to that line and executing. Never in doubt for Yoo Hyun-jo. Second birdie of the day. Joins Kim Hyo-ju at 14 under par. So now we up to 12. Final group slightly out of position now, a hole behind the penultimate 3 ball. We're going to have to get a move on. They'll be given a little nudge from the rules officials. Moon Jung-min is going to go first off this 12th tee. Still no hole-in-ones recorded this week at Bears Best. Some time to find an ace on the back 9 Sunday. lot of drivers were hit on 11 through the first couple of days, but we're seeing a lot of players elect to lay back with hybrids and 3-woods this Sunday afternoon. Even though this pin is on the left-hand side, which effectively takes the water mostly out of the equation, it's a tiny little segment of the green. It's only about 6 paces across where that high front left portion where the hole is today. So it still requires a good shot if you want to sneak it in there close. See what Hyoju can conjure up here, trailing by 1. Glorious high cut 7 into close range yesterday. She'll hit another glorious high cut 7. Just sneaks the wrong side of that ridge, but that is a pretty solid shot given the circumstances for Kim. Katie seems to be indicating that there's a bit of breeze helping off the left, so really just looking at the front left edge of the green if you're Lee Se-hee. If you take anything inside of 15, 20 feet on the putting surface, I can guarantee you that. Oh, look at that. Look at that from Lee Se-hee. Had the number, executed the shot. She's not going away. What a time to pull out a swing like that for Lee Se-hee. Nice aggressive move through the ball. She was eyeing it up all the way. Look at the eyes. Brilliant. A lot of fans with some very good golf this week in Cheonan. Back to 11 and Yoo Hyun-jo. Momentum building after the birdie on 10. Gotta avoid that cross bunker, and ooh, skips over it. That's a big break. It's a big break. Yoo Hyun-jo, and she's in great position now. Championship leader sticking to her guns. Back with a 3-wood. First part of the equation done. Find the fairway. Tied at the top in the final round of the Lotte Open. Park Hye-ji clinging on to a slender one-shot advantage over Kim Hyo-ju and Yoo Hyun-jo. a great position to be in for Min Jung Min at 12. Trying to pop that through the fringe and does an okay job, but it's a tricky read. And she's left herself a lot of slope in that front left portion of the green. That looks like Choi Yeon-woo on 40, having a productive afternoon. Under the card already as she plays this par 5. Oh, could make it 4 under momentarily. Lovely shot there. The two-time winner of the Nexen St. 9 Masters. Back to Daeyeon, long ways back on the 11th. Do like this golf swing. Look at the nice clean line she keeps. Those arms hanging straight down from her shoulders. Swings around her spine beautifully. Good chance here, but you got to stay aggressive. Nope, not aggressive enough. Snaps so hard at the hole, that putt. That's the bar. Yeji, 7-9 in for 143. Don't need to go at this flag. Just a little long, a little past it on the left would be fine. Ooh, that's a mistake, coming up short. She knows it. Started well outside the right. Yeah, buries it. Lee Se-hee now to 14 under, and with Park Ye-ji in trouble at 11. This championship's starting to get interesting. Can she smell blood in the water? Yoo Hyun-jo just seen the leader come up short. It's a very good shot into 11. The short miss out of play. Executed well. Good chance, perhaps, for a two-shot swing. Choi Yeon-woo feel this has got to be a formality, the way that she rolls the rock. Up to 11 under par, into a share of 6. Final hole today, and the championship for Hwang Yo-min. Judging the release on that very nicely. Good spot to be putting from, right underneath the hole. Leaves her the uphill putt. See where Park Ye-ji's ended up in that bunker short of the green on the upslope, so that is something going for her, but not much green with which to work. Probably far below the surface of the green as well. Got to get this up high and spinning. Also coming downwind. Real test of touch here. And it was always going to be a likely outcome. Mistake was with the second for Park. Now to equal the low round of the day. This is Hwang Yo-min for a 66. A lovely finish for Hwang Yo-min. An eagle and 4 birdies. Equal low round of the day with Kim Min-sun. Hangs 11 under par as the clubhouse mark. You feel it's not going to be enough, but she will take plenty of confidence into the season's final 2 majors on the LPGA Tour. Both of them can be played across the pond in Europe. The Evian Championship first in France, and then the Women's British Open. Well played on Yo-min. putt you expect to hold if you're a yard from the back edge of the green, but one you just need to give it a chance. Accept the fact that roll this up to tap-in range. Just happily move along to the next. Mighty try. That's pretty much what you would have expected from that position.
나이스 버디.
This would be some passe for Parkia G at 11. Oh, she's getting a try. It's a costly drop shot for the moment. It makes it a four-way tie for the lead at 14 under par, but Yu Hyun-jo with a great birdie look coming up. Flip-flop her position at the top. First bogey of the final round for Park. Say he on the tight 13th, gotta find the fairway here, absolute must. For the outright lead now. Yu Hyun-jo. Oh goodness, how about that? It was trying, it looked like it was ripping right, and actually probably a good thing it caught a piece of the cup. What a sting out of that. The lucky unlucky putt perhaps. 4 tied. 14 under. Look at this. Just it's like someone kicked it from here. It snaps right. It's carrying some serious speed, and only walks off with 4. Don't think she knows it, but she's got a share of the lead again. On a hole that has had her number this week at the 13th. Splits the fairway. Championship Sunday, that's good. Has to remind herself that she has a share of the lead. It's not the solo lead, but it's easy to get a little deflated after dropping a shot in a pretty soft fashion back on the 11th. final group really isn't in too much of a hurry. I've been standing on the tee for almost 5 minutes now. And the group ahead is maybe halfway down the 13th. Speaking of that penultimate group, here they are. I see the flag cut on that top shelf of the green. It was a little flyer lie that cost Kim Kyo-joo dearly yesterday. Don't have to worry about the flyer today. From the very center stripe of the fairway, with a share of the lead. Not the most solid of strikes, but it's safely on the green. See, he got an 8-iron. Got to bust it from 133 to get it onto that back shelf. Ooh, easy, easy. Just going to roll off the green, but that's okay. Would have gotten her into the solo lead. Did everything but go in. She's hemmed and hawed over this tee shot for a while. Let's see if she's come to the right decision. 8-iron for you. Asking for it to go. I'd love to see where that's ended up. Slump shoulders. Ooh, dear. Would have been helpful if cut to that camera at the back of the green to see where that ball's ended up. Jury's out for Yu Hyun-jo, and a little disconcerting if you're Lee Dae-yeon. Just a time when you have to block out what you've just seen and focus on what you need to do. Should be a 7-iron for Dae-yeon. Maybe she can step on an 8. Under pressure, players much rather hit something the shorter club hard than try and take something off a longer club. It's just a more comfortable reaction. Your body starts to feel a little adrenaline. Looked like a good solid swing. Leaning like it's a touch right. Okay, it's all right there. A difficult spot at all to try and get up and down. See, he flirted with trouble in that second, but she's got this for birdie. A lovely try. Too displeased with 4 on the 13th. She's had some time to just take a couple of breaths and compose herself. That's where the tee shot. Joe ended up safely on the green. Couldn't see that earlier, but KLPGA is going to be giving her the line read. Head on 13. Outside chance for Joe to be aggressive up the hill. Gave it a lovely try. The par. Four-way tie for the lead now at 14 under par with Idayan only a shot adrift into the back nine Sunday at the Lotte Open. Tiny, but front third of the green is here at 12. Carry on. Just have to drop the club on the back of the ball with just enough energy to get it past the fringe. It should trickle out the rest of the way. box at the 14th. Moved up today. This one down the right-hand side of the fairway. Should stay on the short grass. You're in a situation like KLPGA finds yourself in. It's a new sensation through your body. You feel little nerves, obviously, a little adrenaline coursing through your veins, which you're trying to control. And your body starts to tighten up a little bit. The telltale sign of that is usually you leave putts short. You've really got to be committed to releasing the putter hit here, because this is a slow putt from the middle segment after 12th green, coming up that slope. Keep your keeping that putter as light as possible, just to allow the putter head to swing freely. Thank goodness, not that freely. He absolutely hammered that. Wow, I did not see that coming from KLPGA. A little further up the back nine, and the third shot of Choi Rim, who finds herself at 10 under. Birdie for 13th hole after dropping a shot at 11. And she's given herself a chance for back-to-back birdies with a nice shot there at the par 5. I don't think Yu and Joe would have learned much about the line. He's quite racing fast. Always see that as a reaction. If your playing partner absolutely hammer it, and subconsciously you think, okay, don't do the same thing and come up short. Hyo-ju. Higher ball flight than Issei. This one looking pretty good up the right half of the fairway. This is a pivotal point off the back nine. Just made a very soft bogey on 11. Nothing klutzy. First putt here at 12. I think she is under severe pressure just to stay in the share of the lead. And like I said earlier, with a couple of putts we've seen from this segment of the green, not easy. Not a slope in this area. The general movement of this putt, I want to say, it's going to be off her right. Really, really well done. Showing a lot of heart there with that par save. What are we even doing at that clubhouse? At least someone's having a good time. Can't say for sure it's the person in the mascot outfit. Concentrate over this one, Yu and Joe. Just be a left edge putt, but it's got to be firm. Just coming up the hill and let Yuji a little down. Gutsy as well from Yu Hyun Ju. A couple of great par saves from half of the co-leaders. Lovely approach. And curls that one in to get to 11 under par. Well done, Choi Rim. The easiest of the par saving putt's going to come from the player who missed the green, Lee Daeon.
플레이 바로 할게요. 이동 멈춰주세요.
Well, half the leaders got through the 13th hole without incident. Final group on the tee. Park Ye-ji, after that great par save on the 12th, has the honor.
Sure.
It's that to kick a little harder than it did, and that is going to give her a lot to think about. And that second from the rough with a back hole location. She can shift it, so driver should get her past that left bunker into the wider portion of the fairway if she hits this solid. Head to the par 5 14th and the third shot of Issei He. Oh, it's a very good one. A very good one indeed from Issei He. A couple of moments ago now live with Kim Hyo-jo, who's made up into a similar position and would certainly take a similar result. A little unlucky that didn't grab harder on the second bounce, but still okay. Banging tunes can only indicate that we have returned to the 18th green. So, initiative started this week at the Lotte Open to create a younger, albeit louder, more youthful atmosphere around the final green. It's taken the players a little time to adjust to it, but nothing is better than rolling in a birdie in front of cheering fans. This back Kim So-yeon too should slip a little to her right. Exactly where she intended to. A bit of a misread there for Kim, who ends her week 4 under. Safely on the fairway at 13, set to hit her second shot. It's a very good one of the best we've seen on this par 4. Could be a 5-way tie for the lead shortly. The number 1 player on the KLPGA Tour thus far in 2026, Kim Min-sol. Not going to be back-to-back victories for her, but a birdie here gets her into a share of 12. It's going to be another solid week. Yeah, well done. Nice birdie there to end off her championship. Closes out in style. 5 wins already in her career. Stranglehold on the Rookie of the Year points race, looking to do the double as she tops the points list and the money list. 14 events. 26. The flyer from this rough. Got to land this in the middle segment. Try and get it to chase on up. Oh no. Oh, that is the last thing she needed to see. It did pitch softly, so there's a chance that that ball has stayed safe. Huge mental error again from Park Ye-ji. tee shot for Yu Hyun-jo. Importantly, she's kept it in the fairway, so it's going to have a good amount of control, which you will need getting into this demanding par 4. Start it a little left, ideally hit some kind of cut, just have it come down nice and soft once it hits the deck. Double crossed it a little, and that's going to get rejected by the slope, work its way back down to the middle segment, but at least it's safely on the green. Take it to 15 under par. Birdie chance on the par 5. Doesn't go. Golden opportunity to get the outright lead. Can she take it? No. Oh, did all the hard work, set herself up. She can't capitalize either. No one seems to want to grab the solo lead in this championship. It's going to be a penalty drop. KLPGA after going over the back of the green. Number 13, as Kim Jo-ju did yesterday. Unless she chips that in, she's going to be falling out. A share of the lead. She had a one-shot cushion not 2 holes ago. Sophie still with a little bit of work to do for her par. This 14th, just a poor stroke really. Short, jabby. Still got to focus up on this one. Can't think about the squandered opportunities. Gotta take care of business here. And a couple of chances over the last 4 holes. Safely in. So 4th now for KLPGA after finding the water with her second. Give it a try. And that's a bogey. And the 13th claims another victim this week. It is just a demanding par 4. There's tough questions of these players. Can you put 2 good swings on it? I guarantee you pretty much everyone in the field would have happily taken 4 4s here if you offered it to them at the start of the week. Straightforward 2-putt remaining for Yu Hyun-jo in the middle section of the green. Really slow. It should move right as it journeys up under the back plateau and needs to to be hit with authority because you've still got a good 15 feet from the crest of that ridge to where the pins cut today. From that position, that is very nicely judged. We go to EG Hyun on 15. Makeable chip. Already done it once today at 12. Oh, just landed a little soft. This would certainly make things awfully interesting. Daeon. Excellent shot into his 13th. An opportunity for a rare birdie, and that would mean that she joins the party at 14 under par. Pretty straight putt. It's a good look and a great opportunity for Lee. Oh, she can't take it. Just slips wide. Valiant effort though from Daeon. That was a four-way tie for the lead. Going to be a three-way tie since Park Hye-ji completes this hole. To 18 we go, and that is going to curl a little from right to left for Sung Yoo-jin, former winner of this championship back in 2022. Can't stay up. A pretty solid week for the former champion. Sung Yoo-jin ends her championship at 8 under. Back to an important putt for Park Hye-ji. Just trying to limit the damage at this point. Dropping one's okay, dropping two is a disaster. Okay, the second bogey of the back nine surrenders a share of the lead. She finds herself chasing once again. Taking a short 50 and Kim Hyo-jo. Decisions to be made off this tee. Try and keep it short of the cross bunker, fly it over it. Hyo-jo making sure she keeps that short of the sand. Seen a couple players reach for 3-wood, but actually end up bounding through into the rough around that bunker. So Hyo-jo not going to make that mistake. To you. call a formality for par at 13. Good solid 2-putt. 3 ladies left at 14 under par after Yeji's drop shot. Going with 3 wood. I like this play. You can't reach into, even if you do hit driver, so you try and make sure you keep it on the fairway, but this one leaking for Yu Hyun Jo.
Okay.
You know, just stays in the right edge of the fairway. Just because it's a par 5, even if you can't reach it in 2, there's no real point in pulling out the big stick, so a good little lesson there for you watching at home. Sometimes precision over power is to be preferred. Park AG's like the look of this 14th hole. She's birdied it every single day so far this week, and boy, what she would give for another on Sunday afternoon. She, however, going with the big stick. Nice aggressive move through the ball. Nothing tentative about that motion. Should be straight down the middle for Park. Say it's pretty much going to be a shootout between the top 5 on the leaderboard right now. The 11 unders, just at this stage of the championship, a little too far back, highly unlikely. And if it is to be a battle between the top 5 on the leaderboard, smart money's on this lady. Oh, number 3, Kim Hyo-jo, tied for the lead, second shot to 15. Full number for a pitching wedge, 115. Oh yes indeed, Kim Hyo-jo. Time to pull out a shot like that. See the kind of stoppage coming out of the rough for Lee Se-hee. She's next to play. You can see the top third of that golf ball. Get a little release or pitch there in the fringe. Nicely done. Go to Choi Rim at the 16, done the hard part, found the fairway off the tee. Slide a little cut in there. Ooh, stay there. Okay, far enough away from the collar of rough where that shouldn't be a problem. Dion, that final group already hit her tee shot by the time we joined this group, so the layup to come now for Dion. Here, a bit more room. For Park Hye-jin. Looks like she's got the 3-wood out, so trying to push this up as close to the front edge of the green as possible. 248 meters left. Definitely want to err on the left-hand side of this hole. Nothing good. Lives down the right. Trouble all the way on this par 5. It's left pretty handy in that rough just short of the green. Nicely done. Backing down, Park Hye-ji. That's good to see. Go to the last, and Choi Yeon-woo for a closing birdie to join Hwang Yo-min at 11 under par. Se-hee will be first to 15 under. Drew in a little tighter. Oh, she let one slip away at 14. She doesn't make the same mistake at 15. Big birdie there for Lee Se-hee. of Earth, Wind and Fire's September plays. Oh, the raccoons are back. Yeah, good chance to remind everyone, I suppose, that we will return to Bears Best in September for playing of the Hana Financial Group Championship, where we're going to see a couple of big stars come as well. Shubha Lydia Ko, Patty Tabatanakit, Chundayan will be here. She's got a birdie putt to finish her week at 18 under. Yeah, just tickles it in over the front. Well done there, Shindayan. Another player who was left to rue her misadventures on 13. A triple bogey 7 yesterday really put pay to her chances, but she'll end her championship inside the top 20. Bit of movement of this birdie putt for Kim Yo-jo. It goes a little to the right, so you've got to keep your pace up. Right, just like that. So Sehi and Hyo-jo both birdie 15, and they take it to 15 under par, leading this championship. With 3 holes to play. Jaravi Bunchat, first tie winner on the KLPGA Tour earlier this season. Oh, can't get it to go, and that'll irritate her a little. Still, all in all, another solid week. Finishes off 8 under par, so well done Jaravi and caddy Sebastian Roa. 5 minutes work for the pair of them. Third at the 14th for Lee Dayon. Good angle to the left target. She knows yet, but she's trailing. Pitch a couple of yards further on. That is not her best effort. I think the first to admit it. Fight yet, but this up and down for birdie will be pivotal for Park Hye-ji with the lead now back at 15 under par. The good news about coming out from this rough is she doesn't have to worry about the ball grabbing too quickly with spin. She knows she's going to get some release coming from this rough, so can just pick a landing spot and have it tumble along from there. Something just like that. Settle. Not a bad effort at all, given the circumstances for Park. Jaravi Bunchan's got some arm on her. I mean, she's almost missed the stands. She threw that so hard. Well done, Jaravi. I am actually surprised there is no rules official giving these final 3 ladies the giddy up, because they are almost a hole and a half behind now. The penultimate group. Diane similar boat to Park Hye-ji. These birdies from Lee Se-hee and Kim Hyo-jo. Maybe starting to force their hands a little. Birdies definitely required here at this par 5. But Hyo-jo first to putt after a pretty pedestrian wedge shot. Coming into this week outside the top 60 on the money list. Not more than she would have liked for her birdie. Should be just slightly up the hill, maybe trying to work its way left in the last 7-8 feet. Can't afford to be tentative here when you're chasing. Give it a chance. And she hit it. And she hit it. So close to getting the 15 under back at the 11th. Nip up there, just leaving it short here on 14. Wondering a couple of chances. Pretty flat from here. Kind of similar to the putt she had back on the 13th. In all honesty, not much movement in it. Just has to stay aggressive. One of those spots where you just have to keep hitting good putts, giving yourself chances. Eventually, something's going to drop. Cruel. Did everything but go in. Let's just run with the green sometimes. Do everything right. Still, the ball doesn't listen. Just out of the step, kind of rough on 60. Not going to be a bother. It's sitting very cleanly. Could have done half a stick more, maybe anticipating that to come out a little hotter than it actually did. This with caution. You say he's going to come out like a knuckleball. Flat turn, releasing once it hits the dance floor. Chance now for Park Hye-ji. She can't take it. Oh man, she has absolutely hammered that. Putting touch has deserted her. Absolutely smoked it by the hole on 12. At that point where she's trying to force the issue a little bit. Moon Jung-min is probably feeling a little left out at this point. Was cruising along 1 under for her day at 10 under, the same mark that she began the weekend at. Two playing partners riding off into the distance. a bit of a jumper, but sensibly kept that left of the target. And Richie for her par back on 14. Nicely hold. Just getting the sense that he's running out of holes. Just 4 to play for that final group as Seihi and Hyoju's birdies at 15 give them a one-shot lead as they have chances coming up at the 16th. The 3-wood off the 15th tee for Lee Daeon. They worked out pretty well for Hyo-Joo and Lee Se-hee in that penultimate 3-ball. Keeps it. Ooh, that last roll and a half is just going to complicate that second shot a little. A 3-wood for Park Hye-ji. The driver puts the same swing she did on it back at the 14th hole. This should cover that trap with relative ease.
선수들이 버디를 기록할 시 기록은 마지막으로
It's a lengthy birdie try for co-leader Kim Hyo-jo on 16. He's working up the hill for its entire journey. Keep rolling. Ooh, that's a knee knocker. You also going with 3 wood. Much better there. Definitely keeping it short of the rough. Yeah, good to see someone's got the memo, trying to get a move on as the penultimate group put out on 16. Final group is making their way off the 15th tee. Here's the other co-leader, Sehi, down the hill for her birdie try. Can't quite get it to go. Maybe a couple of nerves starting to creep in for a lady who's never won on tour. 17th green is where we find Choi Ye-rim, who's at 11 under par. Tied for 6th with Lee Ji-hyun and Hwang Yo-min. She's going to have an awful little slidey putt to try and keep things like that. Hyo-jo's made thousands, tens of thousands of these in practice. Needs another one here. Yep, she'll have it. Safely deposited in the bottom of the jar for Kim Hyo-jo. Two clubs out, so thought and deliberation required. Hyo-jo and 15 degrees, maybe helping Noah hurting, but straight off the right, maybe a fraction of hurting it. Just the fact that she's coming out of the fairway, I think, just ensure that you're pitching this at least past pin high, because you're going to get working back with spin. Not the time to try and float something in softly.
느낌? 그 정도 느낌, 대기심 느낌. 타워 쪽으로 가도 괜찮아. 오케이.
Pretty good. Pretty good for distance. It was alright, but all in all, not too bad there. See, tidying up for her part. Okay, well done. But regardless of how this championship pans out, she can take a great measure of pride, and she's hung in there with the third best golfer in the world over the weekend at Bears Best. Until her shot, 4-shot die on. Was nestled up against that collet. Just going to come up a little slower, hard to predict. All in all, pretty solid. No judge, in fact. Shortest of 3 approaches, but potentially the most awkward. Come over the majority of that bunker from an unpredictable lie in the rough, but not much green to play with. No choice but to send it up high. And had to protect against the short miss, so to look out long, which she did. Yeah, while the last couple of groups make their way up to their respective shots, we can check in on how some of the others fared today. Hong Jin Young with that good shot into the 6th. And at the par 4 9th, Kim Se-ro-mi 4 under par towards the end of her front 9. We'll take it to 5 under after that lovely approach. And Song Eun-ah, who started her day on the back 9, would continue things rolling along, despite missing a birdie putt on the 18th. Next in our random collection of highlights and lowlights, Hwang Bo-min, who featured pretty prominently through the middle stages of Saturday, fell away at the end, but a birdie there at 7 would take her to 7 under par. Start a little bit of a run from her back 9. Second birdie of the day coming for her there at the 10th. And to collect another with a chip in at the 12th, but a string of pars since then leaves her in a share of 6 with Choi Ye-rim and Hwang Yo-min. Last group waiting back in the 17th tee. Tested little par 3, second longest of the 4 par 3s at Bears Best, third playing about 15 yards longer than the 17th. A green that is slightly raised and rolls from right to left. This left to right breeze is a bit of an uncomfortable one for these players. Working against the shape of this hole. Back to 15 we go, and Park Hye-ji trying to keep her interest in this championship. The putter has really abandoned her this back 9. See who her best finish on tour up to this point was a 6th at the Sandasu Masters last year. Has never had a top 5. She's tied for the lead with 2 to play. Takes out a fraction, but absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's solid lead on the putting surface. Off the left, but it looks like there might be a little bit of help. Here, Jones, the caddy just confirming that. What's tough about the 17th tee is the lack of big trees around it. Normally you can sort of look up into the branches to and have a guess of what the wind's doing. The trees in this part of the golf course, few and far between. I think it's just a good hard 6-iron for Go-Ju. Whatever the front edge number is, probably add 5-6 yards onto that. That'll be where she's trying to pitch this. Shot from Kim Hyo-jo. Executes it to perfection. There's a reason why she's won 14 times in home soil. She's a major champion. She's the big tournament favorite. Back across to 15. Yu Hyun-jo needs something to start happening. She's burned the edge a couple of times this inward half. She'll do so again on 15. Bogey free on the day. Still trailing by one. In fact, the top 4 on that leaderboard, all bogey free. Exception of KLPGA. Here's Mun on 17. It's a nice little soft bounce off the slope, and that should funnel a little bit for Jungmin. She ran out of holes to make an impression. Cracks across the front edge of the cup. That's frustrating. Putts whistling for birdie, not for par. KLPGA. Oh, just sneaks it in the right edge, but the important thing is it's in. up the hill and then downhill, breaking from left to right on 17 for Issei. That's low. That is probably one of the worst putts she's hit on this back nine at the worst possible time. Hold back on 16, Yu Hyun Jo's only one adrift, but running out of holes. Good committed swing, keeping that up the right side with a tight draw. Beautifully done. Trophy surely for Kim Hyo-jo. Birdie putt on 17 to move one clear. Stay up, surely. Oh, it's tentative as well from Kim. So many times players expecting that to be a lot quicker than it actually is at the par 3. Dion. In her mind, she's got to think run the tables. She's got a feeling 16 under par should get it done. 15 under, that's touch and go for extra time. Too far left perhaps for Dion. Yeah, just stays in that secondary cut of rough. Here's Park. Has been a little off form, but driving it very nicely this Sunday afternoon. Of course, as I say that, quick hook into the left rough. How far left? Ooh. That's less than ideal. Moon down the hill at 17, trying to get herself into a share of 6 with Hwang Yo-min. Wasn't far away, lovely try. Lee Ji-hyun, who bogeyed 17 to drop her back to a share of 7th. Almost jars it with her second. Certainly bring the crowd to their feet. Beautifully done. Huge putt. Sehi to save par at the par 3. Oh, costly. Very costly for Issei. A 3-putt at the worst possible time. And Kim Hyo-jo. Solo Lee, of course, still with a par putt to come. That's a gut punch to Issei. First bogey of the day. This is not what Park Hye-ji needed to see. Close to that tree. Fall through. Making it back out of the fairway the best she could do. Dion. Good news for her is at least the pins in that back third of the green, so she can just look out towards the middle and play for the jump that she will no doubt get from this thickish rough. She sizes that one up. Back to the last, and Lee Ji-hyun trying to end her day with a birdie 3. Saw that from Bunchan as well. You think it's a straight putt, but there is a little bit of movement in it. Can't capitalize. Ends her week with a top 10. Now Dion set to go. Prudent play. Keep that head down, inside left edge. Yes, well done. Jojo takes a one-shot lead to the 72nd hole of the Lotte Open. That started right. Is it turning? Oh, it needed a little more. She wasn't shying away from the shot. Maybe spun up a little on her.
난간을 부리지 마시고 안전에 유의하셔서 받아주세요. 자리에 앉아서 제자리에서 안전하게 받아주세요. 끝까지 응원해주신 멤버들에게
It's going to be the third shot now for Park Ye-ji at 16. And it's a very good shot, brave shot. Really just scrapping around foreign territory for Park Ye-ji in this championship with 9 to play, but comfortable, familiar territory for Kim Hyo-joo, who leads by 1 playing the final hole. She'll just roll that into the rough. Very good here. Hole number 3. Set to go 2 for 2. KLPGA Tour this year after her win at Suwon Country Club. For driver, so we'll try to thread this into the narrower portion of the fairway. Relative ease, lovely tee shot. Cross-country effort coming up for Dion at 16. Focus on the task at hand. He say he that free putt at the back of the mind. Over a fracture, needs a soft kick and gets it. From right to left. Slow for Hyun-jo. Lovely try. Really good effort from that range.
있을 때 삼성이 큰 곳으로 선수들이 선물을 던져드립니다. 클리퍼 펼쳐서 클리퍼를 흔들어주세요. 소리 한번 질러주세요.
This would be a really good par for Park ENG, trying to stay in a share of fourth with Dion. Oh, heartbreaking. Gave herself a chance and cruelly denied by the right lip. So the bogey pretty much ends her chances. Between the 2 nines for Park ENG this Sunday in Cheongna. Cooler today than it has been the last couple of rounds in Cheongna, so the sunglasses have finally come off Kim Hyo-jo. It's still pretty humid, as is often the case in summertime in South Korea. So Moon Jung-min just making sure she takes on plenty of fluids. We'll have to see what that lie looks like for Kim Hyo-jo. Not the best, but that flag is far enough up from the front edge of the green, about 12 paces on, where she should be able to finish this one pin high. I don't see this being anything more than a sand wedge. Bit of a false front to this 18th green that is pitched pretty severely from back to front. As long as she covers that, get it 5-6 yards past the front edge, it should release. I suppose a blessing in disguise is the fact that she doesn't have to worry about this one backing up, spinning off that false front. Just a good committed swing. Pitch it halfway between the front fringe and the pin. Expect a little bit of rollout. She has the championship in her hands. Can she slam the door shut with one more final bit of brilliance? A little left of her line, but the distance control was superb, as you've come to expect from Kim Hyo-jo, who has a birdie putt to post 16 under par. Over to Lee Se-hee. She's got no other option but to go flag hunting here. It's conducive for that. Hit the fairway, go straight at the target. Beautiful. Very good indeed from Lee Se-hee. She's going to learn a lot about herself. Cruising for her best ever finish on the KLPGA Tour. First top 5, in fact. Took the risk with driver. So really just a tiny little pitch left for Moon Jung-min as the breeze picks up into her face on this closing hole. 16. Lee Daeyeon for par. Oh, that's a shame. It's going to be a drop shot for Daeyeon, and like Park Ye-ji, that is very much her slim chances gone up in smoke.
선수들이 직접 선곡한 노래.
Ultimately a three-putt. Daeyeon's undoing. Had to stay patient through most of the round. Only one birdie on her card. She slides back to 12 under par.
이번에 박수와 함성을 보태드립니다. 화이팅!
Those are out, so maybe just a little light precipitation in the air. The penultimate group throws up their birdie putts on the 13th hole. You see Moon Jung-min should be first to go. Two-handed pitch shot. On the high side of that slope, so it's going to be a fairly quick putt for Moon. Come down that ridge, snap off to the right while she reads that. Cross to 17. Yu Hyun-jo. Got a little ahead of that. Left the club face open. It's a little right. The putt that Moon Jung-min had earlier. Nothing wrong with it being pin high, but that will get her attention. Of Jung-min, here she is, birdie chance. A couple of extra dollars heading into high 1cc next week with the KLPGA will return for the High One Resorts Ladies Open. Oh, look at this. Yes, well done, Moon Jung-min. No pictures on the scorecard. Beautiful tee shot, substandard second, but a brilliant birdie putt drops, and Moon Jung-min ends her championship with a 70 to sit alongside Hwang Yo-min at 11 under par. Well done indeed. Back on the tee at 17. It's a pretty good tee shot. One of the better ones we've seen on this hole. So Yo-jo, left to right slider, coming uphill. Hang 16 under par as the target. Doesn't have the legs, so the door is ajar for Issei and Yu Hyun-jo, but that is a fantastic final round for Kim Hyo-jo. Knew she needed something in the mid-60s, and she has delivered that blemish-free round of 67 for the world number 3. Hana's target set at 15 under par. Good chance here. Issei had to be brave, had to be committed with that second shot. She certainly was. Now can she steel herself after the 3-putt on 17 and roll this one in to tie Kim Hyo-jo at 15 under? This for birdie to keep her title hopes alive. looked so good for so long. And unfortunately, he is just going to come up short here in Cheongna. Lovely try. Nothing to be ashamed about for this young lady. Fantastic playing all week long. 14 under par, the best she can do, but that's going to be her best ever finish on the KLPGA Tour. I mean, it had a chance. It just needed a little more steam. Said at 15 under, the question is, can Yoo Hyun-jo catch? Kim Hyo-joo has done all that she could do. So yesterday, certainly the betting favorite, even starting with a slight deficit. So they'll be the one to claim victory. She has set the mark here. The LPGA Tour stars. Tae Hyo-jin and Hwang Yoo-min there to offer their congratulations on a round well played. She will go sign that scorecard and sit and wait to see if she can be caught. Back to 17, Park Hye-ji. Green with her tee shot, a birdie putt that finally goes for her. Mathematically not out of it. Still playing for plenty of cash. 1.2 billion won prize purse. Well done, Park Hye-ji. Joe has got to find a birdie. And these last two holes, if she is to catch Kim Hyo-joo's 15 under par target. This is a reasonable opportunity on 17, slightly down the hill. Seen a number of players leave this putt short though at the course of this championship. Got to give this one a run. She should know that it's going to make something happen. Decent effort, but it's going to be a 3 required on the 72nd hole to force extra time here at Bears Best. Solid par for Yoo Hyun-jo. Dayon would love to match Park Hye-ji. Tee shots we've seen into 17 this Sunday. Of course it goes in for Lee Dayon. Mathematically she's still in there. Park Hye-ji will require a hole out at the 18th. It's coming down to the wire here at the Lotte Open at Bears Best in Cheongna. 15 under par, the clubhouse target set by Kim Hyo-jo, Yoo Hyun-jo. 1 back with 1 to play. Hye-ji and Dayon 2 back. Moving up the 72nd hole. time in Korea this year, Kim Hyo-joo. Yu Young-jo, the reigning player of the year, deny her. Over 300 meters, we'll find out. Hyo-joo takes the tee first with Hui-wood. Yesterday, opting to hit the hybrid. Clearly has a number if she's trying to leave herself coming into this green. A little more than she would have liked. That needs a gentle bounce. Okay, that's fine. The first part of the equation, hitting the fairway. Hit driver yesterday. Took it right up the throat of the fairway. Looks like she's got driver the final round. No hunting cut. In the distance. That low hunting cut takes a bit of a soft kick, but just stays in the fairway for Daeyeon. Final group of the day make their way up the final hole here at the Lotte Open, trying to tie or chase down Kim Hyo-joo, who leads in the clubhouse at 15 under par. newly constructed structure around the back of the 18th green known as the Pleasure Stadium this week. Except for high drama. Three ball make their way up to the green. The lady realistically still force a little extra golf here. That plays best. Park AG, she led coming into the back nine, but three untimely bogeys on 11, 13 and 16 ultimately put Peter in a challenge. Round of 67 to close for Kim Hyo-jo, who's done for the day and will just try and stay loose in the event of a playoff, which will only happen if this lady can really get up and down from here for a birdie to match Hyo-jo's 15 under par target. Go ahead and play first. Needs to hold it to get to 15 under. Throw it past the slope. That's exactly what she did. She gave it an almighty try. Really good effort there from Park Hye-ji, but that is going to be her championship race run. For lack of try. The question is, does Lee Hyun-jo try the same shot? From the upslope, so a little bit good height on this. Remember, went with less than driver, trying to leave herself a number in. Just seemed to play really on this to get to this whole location. He just demonstrated it to throw it in with that backstop. Using spin and slope to get it back down towards the pin. 76 meters left with a gap wedge. Hates it. And that's the false front. What a time for a shot like that from Yu Hyun-jo. She blinks. Need to hold that. Hyun-jo more and more like the champion here. Next we see a hole out from the pocket rocket. Daeon. Driver off the tee, so not going to get quite as much spin as their two playing partners. Very good shot indeed. Gave it a wonderful try, Lee Daeon. That means there's only one player left who could tie Kim Hyo-jo, and unfortunately she's the only one that hasn't hit the putting surface. Lee Hyun-jo left to rue a very poor wedge shot at an inopportune moment. After knocking that birdie putt, again. So Nisu, she said she was so proud to win in front of back in May at the NH Ladies Championship at Suwon Country Club. You could see Auntie Hyo-jo win again. Only 2 months later. First event of the second half of the season. 2026 KLPGA Tour season. It's down to Hyun-jo to see if she can force extra time here at the Lotte Open. a sense, the fact that she is the leading player of the year and doesn't have to worry about poor status or anything makes this a little easier. If you can just give this a free run. If you were, say for example, a Park AG or a Issei, you know you're battling for your card, you're trying to pick up as much money and points as possible. Maybe you might be tempted to not be so bold. A 2-putt here, one of those ladies in this same position could mean a lot. At the end of the season 2026, top 65 keep their tour cards. Yu Hyun-jo's got a 5-year exemption after topping the money list 2025. She plays for victories. That's what she practices for. That's what she plays the game for. She's left it all to do on the 72nd hole in the 16th Lotte Open. Gonna putt this, and I think that's perfectly acceptable. It's just gonna be really slow coming up that false front and then laboring further uphill towards the hole. From right to left as well. So it journeys up towards the target. But you gotta be bold here. This is technically the last throw of the dice for extra time. Took a little wobble coming off the fringe, and unfortunately it doesn't go for Yu Hyo-ju. Kim Hyo-ju will win the 16th Lotte Open. Goes 2 for 2 in 2026. Close, but no cigar for Yu Hyun-jo. Bogey-free round of 70, not good enough to topple the world number 3. Still plenty of money up for grabs with a few putts from Park AG and Lee Dae-yeon. Hyun-jo, Issei finishing up at 14 under par. This would be for a share of second for Park AG, who has played brilliantly all week long, save for that poor spell of 6 holes at the start of her back 9. Yeah, well done. Birdie finish. Nice championship for Park Ye-ji. She'd be disappointed for sure, leading with 9 holes to play, but I think when she's had a chance to reflect on the week that's been, I think she can be tremendously proud of herself. Her best finish on the KLPGA Tour, a runner-up here in Cheongna. It's the top 5 all weekend long. And I think it would just be poetic to see Hyo-ju win by 1 over the 4 closest challengers who have provided so much drama and excitement throughout the closing 36 holes. Dae-yeon for the final stroke of this championship for a share of second. Yeah, well done, Lee Dae-yeon. Championship finishes on the note you can say it deserved to. Highest ranked player in the field, walking off with the title, and the ladies that pushed her all the way to the end, sharing second place. Koya Rim and Issei leading the celebrations as we crown Kim Hyo-ju a winner again on the KLPGA Tour. It's her 15th title on home soil. It's her 4th victory worldwide this year. I'll tell you what, if he brings this form to Evian next week, That's to say she's not going to pick up a second career major title at a place that has already given her so much. Talk about dominant forces in world golf. Nelly Korda obviously being one of them. Hannah Green's having an outstanding year. Atea Titikun, the Thai sensation. Kim Hyo-joo certainly has to be considered in that company as well. Fabulous performance from Hyo-joo. A winner again here on the KLPGA Tour at the Lotte Open. Well deserved, well played and well earned. I just knew that she was going to have a chance come Sunday, and you think she's been doused with enough water? There's a little pond in the bottom of her golf shoes. She won't mind one bit. Only blemish on her card all weekend long was that untimely double on the 13th hole Saturday, but she responded brilliantly, got off to a fast start, 4 birdies in her first 6 holes today, and just hung on. Hit quality shot after quality shot, never really was tested, and ultimately outclasses the field for the second time in 2026 on the KLPGA Tour, the world number 3, living up to her billing as one of the greatest players from South Korea. Congratulations, Kim Hyo-joo. Doesn't look overly thrilled, but I'm sure she's very proud of her auntie Hyo-joo. So, Hyo-joo wins by 1 here at the Lotte Open. It's been another fantastic week in the KLPGA Tour. Thank you so much for your company. Join us next week when we head off to Hai Wan CC for the playing of the Hai Wan Resorts Ladies Open. Congratulations, Kim Hyo-joo. I'm Timothy Lowe. Have a lovely Sunday ahead, and we'll see you next week on the KLPGA Tour. Bye-bye for now.
안녕하세요. 감사합니다. 우선 오늘 전반부터 너무 좋은 경기가 나와서 되게 후반까지 마지막까지 되게 만족스러운 라운드가 될 줄 알았는데 마지막엔 좀 버디가 좀 많이 안 나서 아쉬웠지만 그래도 결과적으로는 우승을 해서 너무 기분 좋은 것 같습니다. 저도 예전에는 극적인 상황에서 많은 실수를 많이 했기 때문에 저는 경험이 가장 중요한 것 같다는 생각을 해서 운이 좋았던 것도 있고 경험에서 나온 것 같습니다. 네. 정말 피곤했었어요. 왜냐면 시차 때문에 계속 3시에 일어나고 4시에 일어나고 해서 오후 티업일 때도 저는 오전 조가 준비되어 있던 사람이라서 이제 좀 많이 피곤했는데 그냥 조카랑 이번 주 조카도 같이 와가지고 조카랑 좀 기분 좋게 한 주를 보내자는 마음으로 시합을 했더니 좋은 성적이 나온 것 같습니다. 랭킹이 제일 높지만 이게 골프가 하루하루 다르기 때문에 항상 시합할 때는 랭킹을 생각하지 않고 그냥 최선을 다하자, 내가 하고 싶은 거를 좀 잘하자는 마인드가 좀 커서 부담은 딱히 없는 것 같습니다. 네. 네. 너무 어려운 질문인데, 저는 지금 아마 어렸을 때보다 좀 더 노력을 많이 하는 것 같아요. 제가 스스로 생각했을 때 조금 30살이 되고 이후로 좀 체력도 떨어지는 것도 많이 느끼는 것 같고, 그래서 좀 어렸을 때보다는 좀 더 골프적인 것도 그렇고 운동도 그렇고 좀 더 열심히 노력을 하는 것 같습니다. 네, 우선 스폰서 대회에서, 저희 롯데 스폰서 대회에서 우승해서 너무나도 기쁜 것 같고, 또 저희 롯데 선수들도 너무 잘해서 기분 좋고, 한국 국내 팬분들 앞에서 또 더 좋은, 저번보다 더 좋은 모습을 보여드린 것 같아서 되게 스스로 뿌듯함도 있고 자부심도 가질 수 있고, 또 가족들이랑 또 좋은 시간을 보내면서 우승이라는 성적으로 한 주를 마무리해서 에비앙 갈 때 좀 좋은 기억을 가지고 갈 수 있을 것 같습니다. 네, 감사합니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 롯데오픈 시상식 사회를 맡은 SBS골프 아나운서 진달래입니다. 반갑습니다. 롯데그룹은 사랑과 신뢰를 통해 우리 삶을 풍요롭게 만들자는 창업 정신을 늘 소중히 여기고 있습니다. 스포츠 또한 우리 일상에 큰 즐거움과 희망을 주는 가치라고 믿기에 매년 롯데오픈을 단순한 대회가 아닌 모두가 함께 즐기는 축제의 장으로 만들어가고 있습니다. 그래서 그 롯데오픈의 시그니처인 지금 이 장소 롯데 플레저 스타디움 오늘 갤러리 분들이 함께 하셨는데요. 여러분 모두 즐거우셨나요? 네! 아, 저도 너무나 즐겁고 행복했습니다. 오늘 이렇게 여러분의 뜨거운 응원에 힘입어서 선수들이 더욱더 좋은 승부를 펼친 것 같은데요. 이 자리를 빌려서 갤러리 여러분과 참가 선수 및 캐디 그리고 모든 주최사 관계자 여러분들께 감사의 말씀을 드리겠습니다. 그럼 본 시상에 앞서 롯데오픈이 성공적으로 개최되기까지 힘써주신 내빈분들을 소개해드리겠습니다. 호명되신 내빈께서는 한 걸음 앞으로 나와 인사해주시면 감사하겠습니다. 먼저 이번 대회 대회장이신 롯데지주 커뮤니케이션실 임성복 실장님을 소개해드리겠습니다. 큰 박수 부탁드립니다. 이어서 한국여자 프로골프협회 김순희 수석부회장님 소개해드립니다. 네, 박수 부탁드립니다. 마지막으로 롯데의료재단 나혜리 보바스 의료원장님 소개해드리겠습니다. 네, 역시나 큰 박수 부탁드리도록 하겠습니다. 이렇게 롯데오픈을 위해 자리를 빛내주셔서 다시 한번 감사드리겠고요. 그럼 지금부터 시상식을 시작하겠습니다. 먼저 특별상입니다. 올해 특별상은 베스트 아마추어 부분이 준비되어 있습니다. 롯데오픈은 KLPGA 정규 투어 중에 유일하게 예선전을 진행하면서 아마추어들에게 프로 무대를 미리 경험해 볼 수 있는 소중한 경험을 제공하고 있는데요. 쟁쟁한 프로 선수들 사이에서 당당한 플레이로 발본의 실력을 발휘한 베스트 아마추어 시상을 진행하겠습니다. 시상에는 한국여자 프로골프협회 김순희 수석부회장님께서 도와주시겠습니다. 앞으로 모시겠습니다. 롯데오픈 영광의 베스트 아마추어 상을 수상한 선수는 5언더파 토탈 283타 정말 멋진 스코어를 기록한 김규빈 선수입니다. 축하합니다. 정말 이번 대회에서 당당하게 자신의 플레이를 보여준 김규빈 선수인데요. 앞으로 대한민국 골프의 미래가 되어줄 김규빈 선수가 이번 베스트 아마추어 수상자로 선정이 됐습니다. 김순희 수석부회장님께서 아마추어 트로피를 수여해 주시겠습니다. 여러분 박수 부탁드릴게요. 그리고 축하의 꽃다발까지 전달이 됐습니다. 앞으로 더 기대가 되는 국가대표 김규빈 선수인데요. 네, 수석부회장님과 함께 앞에 봐주시고요. 사진 촬영 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 네, 일본 무대에서 멋진 활약을 보여준 김규빈 선수 정말 축하드리고요. 다시 한번 김규빈 선수에게 축하의 박수 보내주시죠. 네, 시상을 도와주신 김순희 수석부회장님께도 감사의 말씀 드리겠습니다. 자, 다음은 보바스 병원 기금 전달식이 있겠습니다. 시상은 롯데지주 임성복 실장님께서 도와주시겠습니다. 앞으로 모시겠습니다. 제16회 롯데오픈 전 라운드 동안 이곳 18번 플레저홀에서 적립된 기금인데요. 이 기금은 선수들이 해당 홀에서는 버디 또는 이글 기록 시 20만 원씩 적립이 됐습니다. 이렇게 적립된 총 3천만 원의 적립 기금이 보바스 병원의 어린이 재활센터에 전달되겠습니다. 자, 롯데지주 임성복 실장님께서 롯데의료재단 나혜리 원장님께 전달하겠습니다. 큰 박수 부탁드립니다. 자, 선수들이 버디 그리고 이글을 기록씩 20만 원씩 적립이 됐고요. 이렇게 총 3천만 원이 모였습니다. 참 의미 깊은 기금 전달이었는데요. 다시 한번 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 두 분께 다시 한번 감사의 말씀 드리겠습니다. 자, 이제 대망의 롯데오픈 챔피언 시상이 있겠습니다. 이번 대회는 아주 특별한 챔피언 입장 세레모니가 준비되어 있는데요. 잠시 후 챔피언은 벨리공과 함께 미니 차량을 탑승하고 이곳에 도착할 예정입니다. 그럼 이제 챔피언을 모시도록 하겠습니다. 챔피언 입장! 네, 여러분, 챔피언이 벨리공과 함께 미니 차량을 타고 이 시상식으로 입장하고 있는데요. 아, 너무 귀엽네요. 네, 여러분 큰 박수를 보내주시죠. 아, 챔피언에게도 잊지 못할 세레머니가 될 것 같습니다. 자, 또 이렇게 입장을 할 때 벨리공과 로리가 맞아주는데요. 자, 이렇게 나흘간의 뜨거운 승부 끝 우승의 영광을 안게 될 제16회 롯데오픈 챔피언 15언더파 토탈 273타를 기록한 김효준 선수입니다. 박수 보내주시죠. 와, 이렇게 로티와 로리의 손을 잡고 입장했는데요. 자, 먼저 한국프로골프협회 김순희 수석부회장님께서 롯데오픈의 시그니처 챔피언 망토와 꽃다발을 전달해 주시겠습니다. 앞으로 보시겠습니다. 네, 망토를 전달을 하도록 하겠습니다. 자, 롯데오픈 챔피언 김효주 선수에게 빨간 망토가 수여되고 있습니다. 너무 잘 어울리는데요. 네, 여러분 어떤가요? 잘 어울리죠? 네. 아, 정말 마지막 날 좋은 활약을 보여주면서 역전 우승을 거둔 김효주 선수에게 챔피언 꽃다발까지 전달이 되겠습니다. 박수 부탁드립니다. 자, 다시 한번 이 대회에서 우승 트로피를 들어올린 김효주 선수. 자, 시상 도와주신 김순희 수석부회장님 자리로 들어가 주시고요. 이어서 롯데지주 임성복 실장님께서 시상을 도와주시겠습니다. 자, 임성복 실장님께서는 먼저 우승 트로피를 전달해 주시도록 하겠습니다. 네, 롯데오픈 챔피언 김효준 선수에게 우승 트로피가 수여됐습니다. 네, 응원의 박수 부탁드리도록 하겠습니다. 자, 6년 만에 이 대회에서 다시 우승 트로피를 들어 올렸는데요. 이어서 상금 수표까지 전달이 되겠습니다. 와, 올 시즌 한미 통틀어서 4승을 거두게 된 김효주 선수입니다. 상금 수표까지 전달이 됐고요. 네, 축하의 박수 보내주시죠. 네, 시상에 수고해주신 임성복 실장님 자리로 들어가 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 자, 감회가 어떨까요? 김효주 선수의 소감을 들어보도록 하겠습니다. 네, 마이크 전달 부탁드리겠고요. 또 스폰서 대회에서 이렇게 우승을 차지한 만큼 김효주 선수의 이야기를 들어보겠습니다.